very much for this event, the Ministry of Strategy and Finance for your university. I'm very happy to be here. I have a little bit of jet lag, so I have to apologize for that. I'm very excited also because next year IDB will be hosting its annual meeting in Busan. So that really shows our commitment and how we want to continue fostering this relationship with your country. Okay, so this is it. I know the drill now. I don't have a picture of IDB, sorry. You put us in a bad spot now. How many of you have heard of the Inter-American Development Bank? Basically. Wow, I'm surprised. No, I'm very, very happy. That means that we have been here quite often in the past career fairs trying to engage all of you with our institution. So I'm really very excited to see all of these hands up. And the ones who have not raised your hand, I hope that after this presentation, you're more interested in IDB, and at least you will Google us, even if you don't attend the presentation at 2 o'clock. IDB was founded in 1959. We've been in the region for a little bit over 50 years. Our mission is really to enhance the economic and the social development of our countries in Latin America and the English-speaking Caribbean. We have 40% of our staff located in the operational countries, that is to say, in the borrowing member countries. And the rest are practically located all in Washington, D.C., and some in our office in Europe, and particularly it's in Madrid. We opened it a couple of years ago, and the rest in the office in Tokyo. That is our Asia office that houses the business with China, Korea, and Japan. We operate through loans, through public sector loans and private sector loans and grants. And that is, when we talk about operation, we are referring to the borrowing member countries. And those are the 26 member countries where we have where we have offices there. We've had these offices from the very inception of IDB. From 1959, we started opening all of these offices, and the most recent ones were in, as I said, in Europe and Asia. But we've been present in the field since our creation. IDB has 3 entities. Each of these entities has its own window, whether of the window of business to work with bank and governments, SMEs, small and medium enterprises, and also the private sector development. All of these 3 entities are headquartered in Washington, D.C., except for those offices that I mentioned to you. Now, what are the flagships of the bank? Really, we do a lot of work in social sectors, a lot of work in infrastructure. We build schools, build roads, we expand water and sanitation services to our people in the region. We connect communities to the power grid. So as we have financed wind farms. And these are some of the numbers that you can see of the impact that we have been having in the region. And one of them that we are all very proud of lately in the past years is our impact in Haiti. After the earthquake in January of 2010, we have been building over 800 temporary classrooms in Haiti. And our impact in that country has been huge. We have I would say the biggest presence in Haiti right now. We tripled the size of our office after the earthquake. So we have task forces still working there at full speed on the ground. We are owned by 48 member countries. We have 26 borrowing member countries, and the other 22 are non-borrowers. Those are the donor countries. Among the donor countries, we have Israel and Japan, Korea, and China in Asia. But most of them are from Europe, most of the donors. I think that the letters are very small there, but I'm pretty sure that all of you who are young can really read this. I cannot. Okay, you have that. I think you have the presentation, so then that. So let me talk a little bit, and this is going to be in a nutshell, because some of you may not attend the presentation at 2 o'clock, that we are going to go in more depth, but I want to give you an idea of what kind of, the two types of workforce that we have at IDB. And so we have the staff members and the complementary workforce, or the contingent workforce. So under staff members, we have the programs for the YP. We have staff, what we call fixed-term contracts, that is to say, the initial contract when you join is for 3 years, and then you have the opportunity to be converted for a longer period. It's an indefinite term contract. And we have approximately 2,000 people under the staff member category. Then in the complementary workforce, we have, I would say, 3,000 right now. And we have the internship programs, we have research fellows, and the contractuals. Some of the programs that we have, and these are some of the programs that you might be very interested in. So we have for staff positions, the YP program, and as my colleague from the African Development Bank was saying, I'm pretty sure seeing all of you, many of you may qualify for these programs. That's why I decided also to put this slide up there. So for YP programs or staff positions, you need to be 32 years old or of age or a little bit younger. But the caveat here is that you need to speak English and Spanish. Why Spanish? As you know, Latin America is, we work in Latin America, and that is the working language of the bank. So for this program, you need to be fluent in both languages. We have 4 official languages at the bank: English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese. But for the YP, you need to have Spanish. Now, we also, we have a diversity initiative, and on that initiative, we're trying to encourage participants from diverse backgrounds and Afro-descendant and from indigenous communities to apply to IDB. So the ones who qualify for that program, you need to be 35 years of age or younger and just have 1 language. So, and that is really a little bit, I would say, targeted for the indigenous communities of Latin America. In the contractual positions, you have summer and winter internship programs. And of course, when it's winter in Washington, it's summer in Argentina. So we need to cater to both hemispheres. It's a seasonal program, I would say. And we also have one for diversity candidates and the research fellows. Now, all of these on the right-hand side, they require only 1 language, one of the official languages. So you might, if you don't speak Spanish, at least don't be disappointed. There's always another way around to join IDB, and look at the column also on the right. So that means you can still go to the presentation at 2 o'clock. Remember that, that you have here also programs with 1 language. There are some conditions, as you can see there. We will go a little bit more in depth in the afternoon, but at least it is a quick snapshot for you to understand how we hire. Now, most of the backgrounds that we look for staff positions at the bank are for economists, engineers, social scientists, and of course they need to have the 2 languages. And one thing that it is important to mention is that the 50% of the people that we enlist, that we recruit at IDB, were former consultants. So it is a very important source of recruitment for us. I would say in the past, actually, 3 or 4 years, it was 56% of people who were consultants and then joined IDB as staff. But most of these positions, of course, will require the 2 languages. All the positions are competitive. Everything is open to competitive processes. That is the way we hire at IDB. We announce our vacancies, but you have to go through a competition. And they are all quite rigorous, I have to admit. Now, I wanted to share this with you because how to stand out a little bit. When you apply to IDB, to any of these positions, I would say this is a 2-way street. We will interview, but make sure that you also interview us. It's not only one-sided. Do research on the jobs that you're applying to. Check our websites. Research all of us in LinkedIn. Google us. Write good CVs. Write a good cover letter. Don't have just one CV for all the organizations here today. Make sure that you customize it, that you tailor your CV to each of us. And the other day I was reading a CV just before coming here, and someone wrote, "Oh, I'm very honored to apply to the World Bank." And I was like, whoop. So that's why have a third-party proofread your CV. Make sure that you apply to the right organization and just don't send them like that. It was a little bit funny. If you access our website in careers at IDB, you will see, this is more or less what you will see on the website, how to apply. You can enter into any of these links and then apply. And the terms of reference are very, very specific on each of them. You can still create your own profiles on the website and just indicate into the system that if you want to receive an email or some kind of information whenever we are posting something of your interest, just do it. And the system is very user-friendly, so it should be very easy for you to apply. Well, of course, compensation package is very good. We have excellent, the compensation package is very generous. We have excellent benefits. And we offer very good work-life balance arrangements. We are aware that for the new workforce, it is not only about money, it's how we work, who we work with, how do we relate, how can we innovate, how can we work with people from other countries. So it's having 48 member countries with the bank. It's a very, very diverse work environment. We strive for professional excellence and the integrity of our own staff. These faces represent the future of IDB. I wish that a couple of years down the road, I can see some of your faces up there. And they are all young, as we can see. In closing, I want to say that IDB is really very committed to maintaining and recruiting for a wide geographical representation of its member countries. When we had the last general capital increase, we had a mandate to recruit 40% of women in high level and senior and executive positions. So I'm very excited to be here at your university because it's a very good start for all of us. Thank you very much. I hope to see you all later, and 고맙습니다. Thank you very much.